Hello, everyone. In the Emerging Worlds Initiative, we are excited about working on billion-dollar problems in collaboration with many of you that could impact a billion lives. So let me give you a glimpse of some of the projects that are already ongoing, and you can come and see them throughout the building and also in our group on the second floor. How can we create a CAT scan machine that can fit in a rickshaw? There are 2 billion people who should wear glasses but cannot wear them. How can we instead create displays that have prescription built into it and that can dial that prescription correction in those displays in software? Through crowdy and foggy street, how can we create vehicles so it feels like driving on a clear street on a sunny day? How can we read through a book without opening it page by page? There are millions of archives in ancient worlds we would like to read and understand from. How can we see through walls and look for survivors in hazardous conditions? How can we detect cancer by looking at circulating tumor cells, by looking at fluorescence lifetime imaging via a device that looks like a blood pressure cuff? And how can we create solutions for oral health in many parts of the world so that these toothbrush-like devices can actually screen with X-ray-like precision? And how can we create attachments to mobile phones that, in this case, can perform eye tests directly on those portable solutions? So when we think about the past 30 years, I think at the Media Lab, we have created amazing technology. But I think for the next 30 years, the whole world is our lab. And that brings me to a project we have been doing for the last 2 years for Kumbh Mela. Now, Kumbh Mela is an amazing, beautiful event, 30 million visitors in 30 days. It's a pilgrimage, very colorful. People of all walks come in. Sadhus who have very unusual lifestyles descend on these pilgrimage sites, and millions of people show up in this really tiny city of 2 million people. So as beautiful and exciting it is, over the last 2 years, several researchers from MIT and Media Lab have been going to Nashik to see how this can be a great sandbox for experimentation. And we're delighted that many of the officials who ran this really complex event from Nashik are here. Please come on over. And through collaboration with many of you who joined us, we have been looking at all kinds of data, all kinds of physical and digital layers in these experiments. Looking at crowds through sensors, creating through mapping, through big data and machine learning that's provided to the officials, and real-time exploiting cell phone tower data, creating new types of housing, thinking about food logistics, and looking at empowering smart citizens towards smart cities. And what is impressive about this event is that it was incident-free. No outbreaks of epidemics, 0 lives lost, and no lost individuals, no kids lost or parents separated from their children. So we are here, delighted to have the city commissioner, the divisional commissioner, the chief of police, who took this really complex event, and they've been spending the week with us sharing notes of which of our interventions worked and which we didn't. So Mr. Gedam, who's the CEO and commissioner, go ahead.
it was an interesting experiment to handle an event which is 15 times as big as Hajj pilgrimage of Saudi Arabia. So you can imagine the scale, and with that too, with zero casualties, zero missing, zero garbage, and in fact, zero epidemic. So what we did was, all of us, the team, we were interacting with the cross-section of society, all organizations, all institutions, and taking feedback, including, of course, MIT's Media Lab. They were collaborating with us in technological fields. So we came out with some very innovative solutions. We had a series of hackathons out there in Nashik, and we came out with this incident-free, wonderfully organized mega event. And what we going to do next, this is sort of launchpad which we are looking at right now, and we are going to moonshot into the next thing, which should be going to help billions out there in various parts of the world. So this is a start point, we are going to have an innovation center or innovation hub, innovation district out there in Nashik, in which MIT Media Lab is going to collaborate with us out there to find out solutions through research and innovations for billions of people on the world. So we are very excited and very, our minds ignited to go further in this journey of innovation so that community at large, the humanity at large is benefited. Thanks.
Thank you. And congrats to Nashik and the team here for this amazing, successful Kumbh Mela. Now, of course, we're also joking that we have the city commissioner, the police chief, the divisional commissioner, mayor, and deputy mayors here in town, and we're concerned what's happening with the city back there right now.
In fact, we'll be very delighted if we are at the nerve center of technology of the world. If you can join at the Nashik in collaborating with us in developing various technologies and in research, we'll be extremely excited. We'll be extremely happy to welcome you. Thanks.
Thank you. And so when it comes to crowds, instead of using traditional methods like barricades or counting, the city provided us real-time data from cell phone towers. It took a lot of convincing, and through that, and using machine learning and interactive techniques, we're able to create these hotspots of where the crowds are moving and provide that data and visualizations in real time. And again, for epidemics, new types of housing, logistics, and so on. And in this emerging world where we will get care without hospitals and we can learn without schools, and as Caleb said, we'll get food without farms, and we will transact in yet unknown currencies, the problems seem very, very complex. So the emerging world's team here, many faculty, we are delighted to have collaborators in many parts of the world, and just like in Nashik in India, innovation hubs are emerging through partnerships with many of you in this room. So when it comes to big data or Internet of Things or newly digital citizens, it's not just enough to think about scaling those efforts. When it comes to emerging worlds, we have to think how we can leapfrog. Thank you very much.